Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I was taken back by everybody making comments on my videos, and I want to say thank you to everyone that are sharing your stories with me. I really I feel grateful that the fact that I get to see everyone that are watching my videos share a little bit of what their journey is regarding to the illness that we all have, not all, but a lot of us have. And I want to say thank you, and anybody that watching this video or any of my videos and would like to make comments and suggestions too, because I'm open for suggestions too. Always leave a comment. I am very responsive, and I want to hear everyone's story. I mean, like I said, when I built this channel, it's just I want to build a community that from different walks of life and different circumstances that people are going through, and build like a community that we could support each other, and through the illness that I'm going through, I appreciate everyone that are reaching out and supporting me, especially in my time that it's been very difficult and it's been very lonely. And that's probably why when I did the video last week, I felt very alone. I honestly felt like I just didn't know what else I could do, and I had to take like a moment and pull out of like social media, because this whole experience of being sick, and my family's very little, and and friends are very few in between. It's I do have some support system, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it's really hard to find people that can understand what I'm going through, and not everybody understands. They could try to be supportive, but sometimes they just everybody has a certain way of living, and it's understandable, and and so for me, I tend to do is like I retreat in so-called hibernate or hermit mode, and it just helps me like put myself together and refocus what's important, mentally as well as physically. And the ones that have reached out to me on YouTube, thank you. It really means a lot. And it's people like you that are sharing your experience, and it helps me understand what I'm going through again, and puts my mind in focus on what I want to do next. And like I said, keep the comments coming. I am listening, and anybody who doesn't see the video on this, you can see me on Facebook. Reach out to me, share your stories. I really would like to hear what everybody's struggle is going through. I wanted to do is give you a little bit update on my appointment. Now, after I released the video, I received a call, my last video that is. I received a call from the hospital, so they did schedule me for the EEG portable. So I get the pleasure to go to the hospital next Monday and get hooked up, because they gotta hook me up on it, and I have to walk around with it, sleep with it until at least the next day, which is the morning, because since I have an appointment in the afternoon with the sleep specialist, I told them, listen, I can't come in the afternoon, I have that appointment. So they agreed to unhook me from the machine so then at least they'd be able to download the report and then send it to her, to the specialist. So you know, there'll be a video for this one. I look like the bride of Frankenstein. Hey. But yeah, so that's what's next on my appointment, and I'm still waiting for my CTA specialist appointment. But I think the reason why is because I saw something in my my records, you know, because when you go through appointments with your whatever doctors you do go to, you know, there's an app that I have that I can see what they're putting in the information. So they didn't tell me that I'm gonna go for a CT angiography. So they're gonna put me in a CT scan, and I guess they wanted to verify what's going on brain-wise, as well as the neck area. They're gonna take basically the images of the blood vessel in my brain all the way down to my neck, and I guess they want to see if there's any blockages or what kind of blockages there are. So I don't know if it's going to be with or without contrast, because it doesn't really specify, but I should know by Monday. I mean, not Monday, soon. Soon, not Monday, soon. Because the thing is, like, when it comes to this type of procedure, the insurance has to approve first. So I think that's what they're waiting for, is for the insurance approval for me to get this exam done. And then once they get the approval, then they'll schedule me to go down to the hospital and get the exam done. I don't know how long. It shouldn't take that long for the exam. And once that gets done, then I get to see, or get to get a schedule done for the specialist. So let's see when that will happen. But in the meantime, I do have, like I said, the EEG that I have to go in on Monday and get myself hooked up, and then on Tuesday get unhooked, then go back home, and then I'll be having the appointment to speak with the sleep specialist regarding about my issues, because I do have insomnia, and it's been really difficult to get a full night's sleep. I mean, you think I'm gonna, like, there's moments that I think, okay, I'm gonna have a good night's sleep, and then I fall asleep, and then by 2:30 in the morning, I'm already up. I'm like this, looking around the room, and I'm like, okay, here we go again. So that's been rough all its own. I mean, thank God I haven't gotten severely depressed on that, but it is what it is, you know. Gotta keep pushing forward. Also, I just wanted to share what I take for pills and stuff, because I saw, you know, comments on what people are taking, you know, regarding to medications and stuff. Like, I saw like a slight conversation going on with that. Now I thought, hey, why not, I'll share what I'm taking. Now I want to say is that whatever I'm taking, please take in consideration that if anybody is taking any type of medication and you see anything that it hits you that you might want to take, always cross-reference what medications are you taking, and does it how does it react to your, you know, your medication with whatever supplements that I'm gonna share. Okay, so please be careful with what you're consuming. Me, I tend to take certain of these things because I did research what is beneficial for me, and I make sure that it doesn't counter-react with, you know, my medications. And my medication is not that big because I haven't gotten to that point of getting like an immune suppressant type of thing, but you know, who knows, that could still change. Anyway, so when I got diagnosed with UCTD, the first thing that hit me was that I was having issues with acid reflux. Unfortunately, I have GERD. So the first medication they prescribed me was, I take, generics because, first of all, again, I can't afford these name brands, and plus the insurance company is not going to pay for it. So I am taking, and I'm not showing the label because it's, my name and everything, my private information, but I am currently taking the Pepsi. This is the name brand, but they have it under the generic name of famotidine. Oh my god, I'll word it out. I'll really word this one out. So I take that twice a day because my acid reflux is pretty bad. And the funny thing is, I used to love eating spices, a lot of spicy food. I can't even do that anymore. So yeah, I gotta try not to, no matter how tempted I might get, I can't. And so I take that twice a day. Then I wound up graduating because I wound up having hypertension. And the hypertension, first they had started me with a different medication, just so I could, lose the water in my body. But then they started noticing my blood pressure start going up. And yes, I do have a blood pressure machine that I have in my closet, and I do use it. So I monitor, and whenever I'm not feeling so hot, I just like, okay, let me see what the temperature, the pressure reading it is. So yeah, I do have it. So they have changed from one medication to another. So the current medication that I'm taking is the name brand is Turmeric. I'm gonna word it out, and then I'm gonna show the generic name. So it is the lisinopril. Lisinopril is what I'm taking. I have to take that at least once a day, and that because it has like an ACE inhibitor that it keeps me from feeling like fatigue, like my heart feels sometimes if I don't take this medication, I'll feel like a slight tightness in my chest. So yeah, I take that once a day. Now the supplements that I'm gonna share, again, these are things that is working for me currently because of, one, the UCTD, and second of all, since I had COVID, there's certain things I had to add on to, just to make sure that I, continue functioning like a normal person, So now recently when I went to the to get my eyes checked, because I wear glasses, the optometrist, she goes to me, you know what, you are suffering dry eyes. I was like, what? So she's like, yeah, you're suffering dry eyes, you're gonna need some drops. I was like, lovely. She goes, maybe it's because of the fact that you had COVID, and maybe with your illness it's causing a reaction in your body that your eyes are starting to get dry. So she told me to start using this particular brand, Refresh Reliever PF. Now all these things that I'm taking, these are stuff that I bought. Then I'm not advertising, oh, take this. This is what I'm being told to take, especially for my eyes. So I take this particular one, Refresh Reliever PF. So I take that. I'm supposed to take it twice a day, but it's kind of impossible to do that, especially if you're running around doing things. Okay, and also I take Coenzyme Q10. This I take is for the circulation, keep the circulation flowing in my body for the blood. So this I did checked online, make sure that nothing is counter-reacting with my medication. So far it's safe to take for me. Okay, so do your own research. Whatever stuff you're seeing from what I'm taking, just make sure if you decide to take something, cross-reference your medications, what you cannot take. Okay, so I take this once a day. So far it's been pretty good. Like any woman, I take multivitamins, and since I'm over 50, yes, I'm over 50, I take the multivitamin once a day. You know, whatever vitamins that I'm not getting through my nutrients of food, I'm making sure I take this. Also, I take Biotin. Now, the reason why I'm taking Biotin, because I know Biotin is in the multivitamins, but why I'm taking Biotin is because a lot of you might know that suffer UCTD, you have hair loss, you know, and I've been going through that for years with the hair loss, especially that if you ever notice that if you have a flare-up, when you're going through a flare-up, I know it happens to me, that my hair falls out in chunks, and especially when I'm in the shower, it just falls a lot. Now, after having COVID, here we go again. And I wasn't even going through a flare-up last year physically, because since we were all incarcerated in our own homes, so I wasn't really stressed. But since I did get COVID, I wound up having another set of hair loss going through me. And how I knew is because first of all, it's gonna be obvious that it's all over the place. Second of all, when I started going back into, when they started opening up the salons, and I went to get my hair done, the lady that was working with me, she goes, Laura, you always had thick hair, and I'm noticing that you having areas that are like less hair. Are you trying to lose some hair? I'm like, no. So she's like, yeah, you have some areas that are like thinning. And she goes, you must have had COVID. And I'm like, yes, I did. And so it just left me thinking maybe I should start taking, you know, Biotin. So I've been taking it. So far my hair is getting back to normal, so thank God. So that's why I started taking extra Biotin. Now, also, I take D3. Now, D3, since I don't really drink milk, and the reason why I don't drink milk is because I'm very lactose intolerant, and I love milk, you know, especially, you know, sometimes you want some sweets, and milk is awesome. But my body just doesn't handle it very well these days. So just so I could get the support for my bones, I take D3. I take once a day for that. And for us women that are going through, and men, going through, like when you start reaching like in your 40s into your 50s, you start getting severe arthritis. And I do have arthritis in my body. I have it throughout from my feet all the way up through my spine. And I was told by my doctor that, you know, I should start taking fish oil. So yes, I take fish oil. I take it once a day. This one's 1,200 milligrams. I mean, you go, I'm not gonna say, oh, go for this particular brand. Go whatever fish oil that you could, you know, be able to afford, what's easy on the pocket. That's what I do. If I see that, I try to buy the bulky ones, because if I know I'm gonna be taking these things every single day, and any of the supplements, I try to buy in bulk, because I'm very, I have to take it, and I don't want to start thinking about, oh God, I'm running out, let me make it. No, I like to buy in bulk, so then I at least have, and I don't have to stress about, oh, I gotta place an order, or I have to go to the store. So I take fish oil. I take it once a day, and so far it has been helping me, because before I started taking the fish oil, and this was in, I would say 2017, 2018. This was when this whole thing I was going through with the UCTD. I started getting severe arthritis. I have osteoarthritis, and I started feeling the hips were so bad, because I feel the grinding going on. So once I started taking these things, and I've been taking it for quite a few years already, so it does help. It does help. I'm feeling normal. Like, I don't have complaints about fish oil. So that's my suggestion there. Now, I had mentioned to one of the viewers that made a comment the other day about turmeric. Now, anybody that is going through inflammation in your body, I do suggest you to take turmeric, because of the fact that if you're not on any immune suppressant medication, and I'm telling you this from my experience, I know I was feeling very like, I felt like my body was like almost blowing up, because the inflammation was so bad, and a lot of times I felt like I couldn't even function, because I just felt so out of sorts and very lethargic. So I wound up doing is started taking turmeric, and a lot of times I would take turmeric and add it into my foods. Some people do it as a combination with ginger shot, and I can't have ginger. It gives me acid reflux, so I stay away from that. So I either add it in my food, like whatever food I'm gonna prepare, add some extra turmeric, or take it in supplement. Now, this one contains ginger powder, so the powder part, it doesn't bother me. It's just, I guess, because of the root itself, it has such a high concentration, it just affects me in such a weird way. But yep, I take turmeric, and it does help. It does really help with the inflammation, and I don't feel as, like, I would say like a Stay Puft, like really like overwhelmed. And lastly, now, I really don't eat like fruits and stuff, and I'm gonna start slowly going back into eating healthy again, because it's been really hard for me as of lately. And again, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not perfect. I'm not gonna say, well, I have such a wonderful diet and this is what I'm gonna share. I struggle like many of you. So when it comes to eating fruits, I love vegetables, but unfortunately right now in my situation, my kitchen is still not fixed. So I haven't had a stove in since the end of April. So preparing healthy foods has been a biggest struggle for me. So again, I will start weaning myself back into eating a little more concise, better way. So in the meantime, I've been struggling like everybody else. Anyway, so since I don't eat like fruits, like oranges and anything like that, and I take the B complex, because I know the B complex, it has for the energy part, but also it has vitamin C in it, so it does help with the fact that a lot of times I was getting sick a lot, and when I had COVID, I was drinking this every single day, and I've been taking this for quite a few years anyway, so it did help. It did help for the whole situation with the COVID, that I had taken this too, along with elderberry syrup. I'm gonna be the one to advocate on elderberry syrup, because honestly, since I didn't get any type of medication from the hospital or anything that they could have helped me. I didn't have that. I really roughed it out when it came to COVID. So, you know, elderberry syrup, this, hot fluids, it really helped me through the roughest time in my life. I mean, I felt like I was in near death's door when it came to COVID, and till this day I don't know, I feel like a cat that has been many lives, you know, like slowly my lives are being taken away little by little, and yet I'm still here, you know. So I'm very grateful, thank God, that I'm able to get through all that, and still struggling through it, obviously, because, you know, I'm sharing my struggles right now. But that's pretty much it on what the stuff I've been taking so far. You know, I honestly, I take it every day, and I try not to mess up my medications because I don't like the feeling of being really sick. And there's days are worse than others. I'm not gonna say, oh, every day's peachy. No, there's days that I feel really tired, and today's like one of those days that I'm feeling good, but not 100% good. And again, I'm trying my best to push it through and keep focusing on my goal, on trying to get better and getting my life back, because that's the main thing. Is, you know, I want my life back, and I want to do things that I haven't done in a long time. Anyway, so anybody that, you know, have comments or you want to share something about your journey, please leave, you know, a comment in the description box on this video or any of my videos that anybody tunes into. And if you want to share, continue connecting with me, you could connect with me on Facebook. I'll also have the link to that on my description box. So please, everybody, thank you again. Thank you for sharing your comments, and I'll see you soon. Next week I will be. Would you believe my camera died on me? I was already ending the video. I wanted to say thank you again. Thank you for, you know, everyone viewing my content. Please give the video a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. If you want to connect with me, I'm on Facebook. Connect with me, share your stories, your journey with, you know, you going through with UCTD or anything else. And again, I'm sorry for the cut. Damn technology. And we're over retrograde. Anyway, so I'll see you soon in my next video. Everyone stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll see you soon.